success shouldn't feel this exhausting. If you're winning on paper, but burning out behind the scenes, you aren't failing. You're stuck in a psychological bottleneck called a hurdle of stop. I've been there. On the outside, things look great, but I was secretly burning out, convinced I was just lucky, and waiting to be exposed as a fraud. I realized I didn't have a business problem. I had a mindset block. Whether it's imposter syndrome, perfectionism, or fear or failure, these aren't just feelings. They are growth bottlenecks. Identify your specific hurdle and get one immediate action step to regain your momentum today. Go to tuepodcast.net/quiz. That's tuepodcast.net/quiz to take the 3-minute assessment and get your report now. Salutations, Skoobeliever. Do you have a dream of becoming an entrepreneur, but don't know where to start or even what to do? Where can I gather information quickly about what's in my zone of genius? Don't worry, Skoobelievers. I got you covered. Go to tuepodcast.net/AI prompt and check out an amazing set of AI prompts that will give you ideas, information, and articles to help you get across that start line. Once again, go to tuepodcast.net/AI prompt to get you started now. Good luck, Skoobeliever. Hello there, Skoobeliever. Hey, if you're anything like me, I am just so tired of going from screen to screen to screen, trying to figure out my analytics for all of my social medias and trying to figure out where I can put any and all my energies to get as much reach as I can. Well, I think I've finally found the solution. Elementary analytics. That's right, elementary analytics. Now, at a single press of a button, I can see all my social media analytics from Google to Twitter to Facebook, all my important information all on one screen. All on one screen, can you believe it? And if you really needed to, you could print charts for any possible meetings you might have. If you want to learn more about this amazing program, go to tuepodcast.net/EA for a 14-day free trial with no credit card needed. That's tuepodcast.net/EA for a 14-day free trial. Try it right now and see what it can do for you. Undiscovered Entrepreneur, episode number 26. 26 is the only integer that is 1 greater than square and 1 less than cube. There's something for your math lovers out there.
Yeah, I think with Facebook, it's really, with anything, it's really about building relationships. It's really about I don't spam people with messages. I don't ask them to buy things. It's just a lot of how can I provide value every single day and content so people will want to hear my story, so people will feel connected to me and feel drawn to me. And so it's really about serving other people as well, more than just seeing people as a number. And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Welcome to the Undiscovered Entrepreneur, the podcast where brand new entrepreneurs come to life and could quite possibly be discovered. Join me, DJ Skoob, and the rest of the Skoobelievers as we help these new businesses become a reality. And now, away we go! Hello, Skoobelievers, and welcome to another episode of Undiscovered Entrepreneur. And it's me, DJ Skoob, coming at you at whatever device you happen to be listening on. Today we have a very special episode for you. It's a What the Heck Are They Doing Now episode. That's right, we're actually talking to one of our previous interviewees. I hope you remember her from episode 4. It's Beakh George, the life coach that I interviewed, almost a year ago now. And she's gone through a lot of different changes, not just in her business, but in herself too. So make sure you listen for that. And we're actually just going to go right into it here. So let's see what Beakh George is up to. Here we go. Salutations, Skoobelievers, and we are back again with another amazing entrepreneur, but today we're actually doing a follow-up episode, right? We are here with Becca. Hi, Becca.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. It's so great to see you again. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while for sure. Definitely glad to be here though.
Great. That's awesome. Okay, so I have a really important question to ask you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Are you still a Skoobeliever?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you for continuing to be a Skoobeliever on the Undiscovered Entrepreneur. Thank you so much, Becca. So just in case this is the first time anybody's actually listening to us or watching, depending on where we're at here, can you please give us a little reminder about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I am a mental health therapist and a spiritual soul care coach. And a public speaker. So I've started speaking in the last 6 months as well. And so, yeah, I try to bridge the gap a lot between church and mental health, do a lot of speaking and coaching, and just love the mental health field as well.
All right. That's fantastic. And you've been doing that for a little while now. And between the time that we talked last and now, kind of thinking in that gap, on a personal level, what changes have you made to yourself since we last spoke?
Oh man, I've made so many changes personally in the last 6 months.
Uh-huh.
So I know we talked a little bit over 6 months ago, but in the last 7.5, 8 months, I've lost 95 pounds.
Yes, I was going to say I could definitely see a difference in what you're doing there. You look great.
That's a thank you. That's a big difference for me. So definitely took over my health. Learned a lot of healthy habits, learned how to have a healthy relationship with food. I've also started incorporating in some of my coaching, instead of just mental and spiritual coaching, I do physical coaching as well. So kind of did that. That was birthed out of my weight loss, right? Started also just recently working out again and trying to tone up now after all my weight loss as well. I have started this public speaking, which has been a really amazing thing for me and something that I'm really passionate about. So I've started that in this last 6 to 8 months. And I think, and just really, I also started a nonprofit organization. So did that in the last few months as well. So that's exciting. Yeah, it's for girls ages 13 to 17, just teaching them about their worth and teaching them not to compare themselves to other people, but that their worth is in Christ and Jesus as a Christian organization. And so it is just really exciting. It's definitely a lot more work than I thought, but it's challenged me in ways that has been really incredible.
It's amazing to me how we, as time goes on, we realize how we can pivot into other things and grow into different areas of entrepreneurship as we go along. And that's great. What's the name do you have a name for the nonprofit?
Yes, it's called On Purpose Ministries.
On Purpose Ministries. Okay, we're going to put that in the show notes for you, okay?
Awesome, thanks.
Absolutely.
It's brand new. I'm just putting it together, so it's brand new, but it's out there.
Okay, as long as it's out there, we're good.
It's out there, yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Yep, I just started an Instagram. I think I only have like 2 followers, so if you want to go follow, that would be great.
Is the Instagram under the same name?
So it's on .purpose ministries, I believe, on .purpose .ministries. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely put a link in there in the show notes for people to go into. And I'm going to go ahead and hop on there and follow you just so I can
awesome. Thank you.
Be a part of it because it sounds amazing. So now that we've talked something a little bit personal about what's changed in you, has there any major changes business-wise that you've changed? I know that you started a nonprofit, which is awesome, but any major changes and shifts that you've made that make a big difference in your business as far as come on, brain, my brain's not working today, business-wise and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I've started trying to do some more webinars and do some speaking in regards to coaching. So instead of just doing one-on-one coaching, I've started doing webinars and just a lot more courses and teaching people about things about mental health and those types of things. So instead of just doing one-on-one coaching, I've started doing the group coaching as well, and webinars, and just trying to get as much information and content into people's hands so that they understand some of the things that I really want to share. So before I really was just doing one-on-one, that's really all I knew how to do. And now I've really branched out to other things as well.
So learning to do those new things, like the going from one-on-one to one-on-one to coaching to kind of group coaching, is that something you just kind of made yourself, or did you kind of like do research on how to do that?
Yeah, so I got a business coach myself and learned how to grow that area of my business. I believe very much in coaching, which is why I'm a coach, right? So I got a business coach and just asked how would I do this? And so it's really just been about learning how to organically market, how to really put together a course, how to do webinars, how to make sure that I have things of value to give people. I've also studied a lot of other people's stuff and really just said, like, how can I make that my own? And how can I do something that feels genuine to me, right? And then a lot of prayer. So for me, I really believe in including God in everything that I do. So I pray a lot about, like, God, what do you want me to do with the talents and the gifts that I have? And how do I best serve multiple people versus just serving one? So it's a whole lot of different things that have kind of got me in this place right now.
So just so people understand, sometimes the coaches need coaches.
Absolutely. I have several coaches. I have a business coach. I have a health coach. I have a spiritual coach. I have a nonprofit coach. So I spend a lot of money every month on coaching on top of therapy. So I believe very much in keeping up with ourselves in all areas of our life.
That's fantastic. Good. I actually might want to talk to you after we're done here about how you do like a webinar, maybe, because that's something actually I want to get into. You're doing a lot of what I want to do. So I want to make sure I talk to you a little bit later.
It's awesome. Yeah.
All right. So from the time we talked last to now, has there been any other new pitfalls or problems that you've come across that you had to overcome?
Yeah, so I think just marketing, honestly, has still been the hardest thing, just like it was in the beginning, which is just getting your name out there. And now people have started to kind of reach out to me and know who I am a little bit more. But just whenever you're starting out in a field, mental health, a lot of people knew me. Not very many people knew me in coaching or in speaking. And so it's really just building relationships and getting to know people and earning their trust to say, you should trust me that I can speak into your life, or that I have some value here. And so it's really just marketing, because there's a lot of, especially with coaching, there's a lot of people who just call themselves a coach for no reason. And they're quack jobs, right? And so they're just kind of out there just doing whatever they want to do. And so it's also teaching people to look at, like, how can I benefit your life and help you without them looking through the lens of maybe the last three people they have paid who haven't really helped them.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's actually come up in the last couple of interviews that I've done, where marketing was really kind of the hardest thing for them to do. But I've been actually watching you on Facebook, and you got a pretty good following going there. And it sounds like you got Instagram and some other things working for yourself too. So
yeah, I think with Facebook, it's really, with anything, it's really about building relationships. It's really about, like, I don't spam people with messages. I don't ask them to buy things. It's just a lot of, like, how can I provide value every single day and content so people will want to hear my story, so people will feel connected to me and feel drawn to me. And so it's really about, like, serving other people as well, more than just, like, seeing people as a number. And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
All right. That's some great information. Thank you so much, Becca. Okay. So I like to do a little bit of a thought experiment, if I could. Let's say we have a time machine and we go back to, say, 6 months or however long it's been since we've actually spoke the first time. So if you were to talk to yourself from now to back then, what would you tell yourself? Was there something specific you would say, hey, make sure you do this or you don't do that? What would you say to yourself, say, back then?
I would tell myself to have a little bit more grit and to know that it's going to be harder than what I expected. I really expected it to be easier because I had a mental health practice before and I knew how to build that up, but I was familiar in the mental health field. It's a little bit different in coaching. And so I wish that I could go back and tell myself, just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not where you should be, right? And so there were so many times I wanted to quit. So many times I dragged my feet. It was a lot slower than I should have been because I just felt like this shouldn't be this hard, And I just wish I could go back and tell myself, like, you know what, just put on your big girl pants and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it too. And that's something I've experienced too as time has gone on for me. One thing I've actually ran across, I read this in a book, that sometimes right after your hardest experience that you almost want to quit, it's just on the other side of that is where things actually blow up for you. It's just the breakthrough that you're waiting for and going for. So if things get tough, things aren't going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right?
Yep.
And when you get to the other side of that, you realize that, hey, now I can really run with this. So, and it sounds like that's what happened with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it really has just been pushing through and just telling myself, like, this is what I know I'm called to. This is what I know I love doing. And so let's push through and just get it done.
All right. That's good stuff. All right. So we had a little bit of a discussion before we got on here, but do you remember what your goal was? I know it was something along the lines of possibly hiring some help or anything like that. Do you remember anything at all? Because I'm going to be honest with you.
I remember that I wanted to just grow my business, and I eventually wanted to have multiple other coaches underneath me under the practice. And I still have that goal eventually, if that is what, God has for me. I actually really love speaking more than coaching even. So I have put a lot of effort into speaking, my speaking career, but I definitely would love to do that in the future, but I have not done that. It has not, like I said, it's been a lot harder than I anticipated to even kind of get clients and do the marketing situation. So I have not been big enough to hire anyone yet.
That's okay. And that's okay, because a lot of my goals I didn't quite hit yet, but I still have those goals, and we both know that we're still heading in that direction. Even though it's taking a little bit longer than we thought, it doesn't matter as long as we know that's the direction we're going. So that's great. Just so you know, I if anybody's been listening to some of my follow-ups here, I'm actually putting a speaking engagement together for a gentleman named Chris Brogan. And hey, if you find yourself in the area out here, maybe I can attach you to that.
Yeah, that would be great. Where are you at? I forgot where you live.
Yeah, I'm in Missouri, so I don't know. You're
Missouri, okay.
Yeah, you're probably a little further than you want to be to me, but yeah, you never know.
I mean, hook me up with him and see. We'll chat for sure.
Okay. That's great. All right, so now that we've discussed your goals for the last 6 months, I would like to discuss. See, I told you I can't talk today. I'd like to discuss goals for the next year. What are the next goals that you have for a year from now?
Yeah, so I definitely would love to have several group coaching things going on. So right now, one of the things that I'm working on is a group for people who have dealt with narcissism abuse in their life. And so I really want to have that as one of the groups, and potentially 3 or 4 other groups that I'm leading that is successful at that time. I also would love to be speaking at multiple different events all over the country. So that is something that I really foresee happening in the next year.
All right, that's fantastic. Hey, when you say groups, are you talking about like Facebook groups? Or are you talking maybe like?
No, like actual groups, like Zoom groups or something in that nature. So just like, where they pay to be a part of the group, and it's a support group or a teaching group where I teach, and then we do support as well, based on, what it is. So if it's something about like mindset, we do, mindset around food or something, or we do grief, or we talk about the abuse that they've endeavored, and I teach about how to kind of get rid of trauma bonds, right? Those types of things. So it's more than just a Facebook group, but it's more of a just a teaching as well as support group.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a little thing here. I'm actually in a group called SPI Pro. And it's a actual group that's run by my virtual mentor named Pat Flynn. But he uses a program called Circle. And it's basically everything that you've talked about just now in one program, that you can get a community together into this one program. It's a paid community. and you can do live webinars. You could set all kinds of things that you just set up for yourself in this one program. So instead of having to do like a Zoom webinar over here and then do this over here and then a live stream over here, you could do all of that in Circle.
That's awesome. That's definitely great information. Thank you so much. I'll check that out.
I'll send you a link to it so you could take a look at it. Okay. And actually, I'm gonna send you a link to SPI Pro too, because I think you could really benefit from that. Because a lot of it is masterminds, coaches, and things like that all get together as a community to help each other out. So
awesome. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we've got to that time, Becca. If you remember this, it's your time to shine. I want you to be able to go ahead and advertise yourself and tell us how to get a hold of you. Okay. Ready, set, go.
Yeah, so definitely would love to be at any speaking engagements and offer my story of how I, have gotten out of shame, out of guilt, out of low self-esteem, as well as just being able to coach and mentor and help in any way that I can. I use my mental health background and my studies in spirituality with Christianity to really help people level up in every area of their life. So if you want to find me, you can find me on Facebook. It is Beakh George. So that's spelled Beakh George. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's at Sheer Vision Coaching. So that's SHEAR Vision Coaching. If you want to find me on my website, it is sheervisioncoaching.com. Or you can email me, which is just Becca@sheervisioncoaching.com. Would love to hear from you in any way possible, and any way that I can serve you, please let me know.
All right, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Becca. Some great information, and we're going to go ahead and, if we can, just follow up with you in the next year or so and see if we're reaching those goals, okay?
Please do. Thank you.
All right, Skoobeliever, thank you so much for listening or watching the show. Please stay tuned for the wrap-up, okay? Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. All right, Skoobeliever, that was Beakh George. Man, it was so good to be able to talk to Becca and see what she's been up to and have a great discussion with her about the changes that she's made and the updates that she's had for her business and for herself, too. It's nice to see her that she actually lost a lot of weight. I hope sometime you could actually look back at her profiles and see the amazing transformation that came through with her weight loss. And it was interesting to be able to talk to how sometimes the coaches need coaches. And I thought that was kind of an interesting thing to talk about. Even though she's a coach herself, sometimes she needs a little bit of a push in the right direction from somebody else. And I really hope that you all learned something. And we will follow up with Becca in about a year. So I really hope that things keep moving along for the way they're going. All right, for a little update with me, I have a special announcement that I'm going to make for you right here. I have my very first live event. That's right, coming up October 18th, 2022. Just in case this is listened to in the future, I am going to be on a special Twitter space with my good friend Pixie from Project Podcast with Pixie. And we're just going to basically just be talking to anybody that wants to be listening. Now, if you hear this right now and you join me on Twitter Spaces on October 18th of 2022 and say the code word Scrappy, whether it's actually in the room itself or in the chat of the room, we will have something really special for you as a gift for actually just coming in from the podcast going into the Twitter space. So make sure you mark the calendar. It's going to be October 18th at 6 p.m. Central Time. Not too sure what time that is for you. For me, it's Central Time because I'm in the Central America. So make sure you join us, say the code word Scrappy, and we'll put something together for you real nice. And I'm looking forward to seeing any and all Skoobelievers there in that Twitter space along with me. Also, to let you know, I have just started, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, started a TikTok. That's right, a TikTok. Oh, boy. All right, so if anybody wants to join that, my TikTok is just like pretty much everything else. DJ Skoob 2021. Join me on TikTok for little snippets of my show, possibly some movies, and whatever heck else I could come up with for a TikTok. This is going to be very interesting to experiment with. If you want to follow me along on Twitter, which is going to be very important for the live event, you could find me at DJ Skoob 2021. If you want to have access to any of the resources and any of the books that I've learned in my entrepreneur adventure, please go to uepodcast.net, click on the resources page, and right there you'll find all types of books and programs that I use to make my entrepreneur adventure come true. All right, everybody, I love you all. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Hello there, DJ Skoob here, and I just want to personally say thank you for listening to my program. I really hope you learned something. Tune in 2 weeks to listen to another brand new entrepreneur. And remember, I can, I am, I will, and I'm doing it today.
El hotel.
El Hotel, the hotel.
¿Dónde?
Donde is where. How do we say where? Donde.
¿Dónde? Yo tengo un pasaporte.
Yo tengo pasaporte. I have the passport? No. I have a passport. Oh, okay.
Yo necesito una reserva.
Yo necesito una reserva. I need a reservation. There we go.
Yo tengo una reserva.
Yo tengo reserva.
Reserva.
Oh, I have a reservation.
En el taxi.
In el taxi. In the taxi? Yep.
En el hotel.
In el hotel. In el hotel. In el hotel. Nope, doesn't like the way I'm saying it. Yo tengo una reservation en el hotel.
Hotel.
El taxi está aquí.
El taxi está aquí. The taxi is here. Match the pairs. Girl is niña.
Niña.
Boy is niño.
Niño.
Woman is mujer.
Mujer.
Bread is pan.
Pan.
N is N.
En.
¿Dónde está el teléfono?
Teléfono.
Match the pairs again. Milk is leche.
Leche.
Water's agua.
Agua.
Boy is niño.
Niño.
Here is aquí.
Aquí.
My is me.
Mi. ¿Dónde está el pasaporte?
¿Dónde está el pasaporte? Got that one.
El hotel está aquí.
El hostel is está aquí. The hotel is here.
Yo tengo un pasaporte.
I have the passport. No, I have a passport. I did the same thing last time.
Yo tengo una reserva. Yo tengo una reserva. Yo tengo un pasaporte.
I have a passport. Let's get it right. No, I have a passport. That's what I put. Oh, oops. I hit the wrong button. Well, still having a little rough time. We'll get there. As a worker of 2 full-time jobs, running a podcast and coaching, every minute counts in my day-to-day. It's hard to be consistent in any of my social medias. And at this point, I cannot hire a social media manager. Pinnacle AI to the rescue! I've been using Pinnacle AI for a couple of weeks now. I'm seeing big improvements in my outreach and consistency in all my social medias. Do you want to save time and increase your productivity too? Go to tuepodcast.net/AI for more information. Save yourself time and grow your brand. Try it now and see what it can do for you. Hello, Skoobelievers. Let me ask you a real quick question. How many cups of coffee have you had today? 3, 5, 7? And let me guess, you've got a Red Bull in the other hand just in case, right? Yeah, I see you. Now, here's the truth bomb nobody wants to hear. You're not building a business. You're building a caffeine dependency. Listen, I get it. When you're grinding 12, 14, 16-hour days, you're building something from nothing. When you've got payroll to meet, investors to impress, and visions that won't wait. You need fuel. But what if I told you that the fuel that you're using is actually slowing you down? What if the very thing that you think is keeping you sharp is actually making you dull? Enter Rise Coffee. This isn't your grandma's mushroom tea. This isn't some hippie wellness trend. This is science meets performance. And here's what makes Rise different. Less than half the caffeine of a regular cup of coffee. But here's the kicker. You won't miss it. 6 organic powerhouse mushrooms, including cordyceps, what Olympic athletes use, and lion's mane, what Silicon Valley biohackers swear by. Sustained energy that doesn't spike and crash. We're talking smooth, clean power from morning to moonlight. Crystal clear focus without the jitters. Imagine closing the deal with calm, confident mind instead of the caffeine chaos. Gut health and immune support, because what's the point of building an empire if you're too sick to enjoy it? So here's the challenge to you. Stop borrowing energy from tomorrow. Stop running on fumes and call it a hustle. Stop wearing your caffeine addiction like a badge of honor. Real entrepreneurs optimize, real entrepreneurs adapt, real entrepreneurs win. You can't win if you're crashing at 2 p.m. while your competition is just getting started. Break the cycle. Head to risesuperfoods.com right now and use code PODNA15 for 50% off your first order. That's PODNA15 for 15% off. Try it for 30 days. If you don't feel the difference, if you don't feel sharper, calmer, more focused, more alive, then go back to your 6-a-day cup habit. But I'm telling you, we won't, because once you feel what real energy feels like, you'll never go back. Ditch the addiction, fuel your empire, and rise up. Rise Coffee, energy that builds, not burns.